Hello and welcome to the Market Minute with Mattie. Like always, I am your host, Mattie Horchler. In this episode, I will discuss some weekly reports and provide you with insights into the current markets. The live weight sales and market numbers for this episode are from the end of October or the beginning of November. All the weekly reports referenced in this article will be linked in the show notes below or found on the USDA Market News website. We are going to get right into the PA Weekly Cattle Auction Summary USDA report for October 12th through the 18th. I will use the numbers corresponding to the week with the largest amount of cattle sold. However, you can find all the numbers linked in the show notes. The total number of cattle sold that week was 4,270 head. Last year around this time, approximately 4,803 head went through the auction. This means there was a 533 head decrease from last year to this year. It appears that little to no feeder cattle were recorded that week unless they were feeder dairy calves. It was broken down into 54% slaughter cattle and 46% feeder dairy calves. I will now go into the specific numbers. Slaughter steers weighing from 1,214 pounds to 1,878 pounds averaged about $225 to $244 per hundredweight. Slaughter heifers weighing between 1,105 pounds and 1,700 pounds were going for anywhere between $230 and $247 per hundredweight. Cows weighing between 898 pounds to 1,580 pounds were going for anywhere between $150 to $170 per hundredweight. Lastly, bulls weighing from 1,070 to 2,000 pounds were sold anywhere from $176 to $212.50 per hundredweight. Regarding futures, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange projects that national live cattle prices will increase slightly from $239.72 in October to $241.17 in December. They also project a subtle decrease in feeder cattle prices from October to November. This means that October prices are supposed to drop by about $2 going into November. Overall, the forecast for live cattle remains steady, but there appears to be some prediction of decreases in feeder cattle prices going into the wintertime. Now let's go ahead and look at the weekly reports for sheep and goats. This information is found using the USDA's report on the New Holland sheep and goat auction, which then essentially serves as Pennsylvania's weekly report. These numbers come from New Holland's records for October 20th. There were 2,444 lambs and 1,304 goats that went through the New Holland auction barn this week. The slaughter sheep/lamb number was broken down into 32% wooled and shorn, 45% hair breeds, 12% ewes, 9% hair ewes, and 2% bucks. The goat number was broken down into 43% kids, 29% nannies/does, 17% bucks and billies, 9% wethers, and 2% wether kids. Specifically, the numbers read like this. Kids, does, and bucks weighing from 50 to 79 pounds were going for about $210 to $255 per hundredweight. Goat wethers weighing 120 to 140 pounds were going for $355 to $485 per hundredweight. Nannies and or does weighing from 100 to 130 pounds were going for $170 to $195 per hundredweight. Bucks or billies weighing from 100 to 130 pounds sold for around $150 to $200 per hundredweight. I'm going to now move into the sheep numbers for PA based on the New Holland report. Wooled and shorn sheep weighing from 80 to 89 pounds were going for $270 to $295 per hundredweight. Wooled and shorn sheep weighing from 90 to 108 pounds were going for $260 to $290 per hundredweight. Hair breeds weighing from 60 to 69 pounds were going for $275 to $300 per hundredweight. Hair breeds weighing from 102 to 109 pounds were going for $250 to $270 per hundredweight. Ewes weighing from 103 to 148 pounds were selling from $140 to $142 per hundredweight. Hair ewes weighing from 100 to 140 pounds were selling anywhere from $135 to $145 per hundredweight. Lastly, bucks weighing around 240 pounds were sold for $112 per hundredweight. Looking to our national numbers, slaughter lambs held firm with their prices throughout the week in comparison to last week, and the ewes prices did about the same. I'm also going to go ahead and give a quick update on the New Holland numbers for swine. There were 237 pigs reported through the auction barn, and this week's breakdown for that number was about 100% slaughter hogs, which then broke down further to 93% barrows and gilts, 5% sows, and 2% boars. I'm going to go ahead and read off some of the numbers from that report. So barrows and gilts weighing 200 to 293 pounds cost about $70 to $78 per hundredweight. Barrows and gilts weighing 300 to 385 pounds brought about $80 to $89 per hundredweight. Sows weighing 350 to 365 pounds brought about $62 to $65 per hundredweight. And lastly, boars weighing about 305 pounds brought $16 per hundredweight. When you look at the national prices, the carcass base price was charted as anywhere between $82 and $88, whereas live price was charted as $57.25 to about $81.75. Well, folks, that's all I have for you this week. All this information and more can be found on the USDA Market News website and in the show notes below. As always, do not hesitate to contact your local Penn State Extension livestock educator or visit our website at extension.psu.edu. Thank you for joining me for this month's installment of the Market Minute with Mattie. Please stay tuned for our next episode.